I want to speak to just one specific type of person. Those of you who are ambitious. You know you have potential to achieve great things, many things, but you're distracted. I hear it sometimes as lazy, ambitious person. That's who I want to speak to. There are two types of people who end up successful. I want to narrow it down to two types of people. The first person, that person in high school, secondary school, primary school, that person that you can just see that, wow, this person's gifted, they're talented, they can do things easily. Like, they don't lack, they don't slack around, they're on point. Their family thinks they will succeed, their friends think they will succeed, their teachers, colleagues, workmates. You just have this potential that can be seen from everyone around you because you're also responsible. When it's time to work, you work. When it's time to chill, you take it easy. You don't go too overboard on the left side, don't go too overboard on the right side. You're quite somewhat focused. At least you were in the beginning. Now, the second type of person who succeeds is those who are neglected, those who are actually doubted, those who are actually filled with so much hate, envy, and subdue over their lives. Because of this rage and because of this surrounding, they actually choose to succeed. They choose to fulfill something in their life that is great. So those two type of people. One that is supported and believed in. Another who is neglected, ignored, and underestimated. That first person, he's a prince. The second person is a servant. I'll explain. Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 7. I have seen servants on horses, while princes walk on the ground like servants. This scripture is saying there's a reversal of roles. There are servants who are underestimated, those who look like they've got nothing going on for themselves. They look like just mere ordinary people. They're naturally inclined to doing foolish things. That person who doesn't think straight, that person who acts all irrational and irresponsible. King Solomon in this scripture, he's saying that he's seen such a type of person, those who are servants, those who are supposed to serve and be at the bottom of the food chain. They are the ones on horses. Now, in those times, horses were the luxury vehicles. So the Bentleys of today's, the Lamborghinis of today's, the great luxury brands. That's what a horse represents in this scripture. So such a person, those servants, they're riding in these big G-Wagons, big Rolls Royces, and they're recognized. But those who are princes, they're walking and trotting on the ground. Meanwhile, they're supposed to be the ones in the nice cars and the horses, the upper echelon of life, the princes. But they are the ones walking on the ground. Now, this scripture is because of focus. It's pointing out focus. The prince, you who have potential, a prince is treated with honor all his life because they know at one point he's going to become king. You, all your life, you're supported, you're engaged with, there's no one that really doubts you in your surroundings. That's because people see you as a prince. They see the potential. They know that at one point you're going to step into this kingly role. But this prince is walking on the ground like a mere servant, one who has no gain and no purpose for his life because of focus. He became distracted. He wasn't walking in the position that he's supposed to be in. So therefore he's seen on a lowly level, a grounded level. And the servants, to some degree, some of them can be people who have focused. At some point, their brains just switched on and they focused and did something for their lives. But the part I'm talking about of a servant is those who have been empowered because the princes weren't empowered. The servant I'm talking about are those who are foolish. They don't think out of the box to build something, to have a type of domain or ruling in their environment. They are the ones being empowered through dark strategies. certain types of relationships, certain type of deals. They're just there at the right place at the right time, and they get empowered. Yet they're not worthy of the responsibility to walk in such a ruling, a responsibility. But they do. They have it because those who are supposed to have a certain type of responsibility are distracted. Now, addressing those of you who have potential, but you are distracted. You are swapping your responsibility with someone else. Business you were supposed to build, the school you were supposed to lead, the classroom you're supposed to teach, the people you're supposed to gather, they are going to be in the hands of somebody else who isn't worthy of it. The hands of somebody else who are going to use these things for destruction and chaos. There are business leaders in the world, though they look so successful and rich, their hands are spilling blood foolishly, recklessly. There are business leaders in this world that are doing all types of forced labor and injustice to people that can't defend themselves. But you are supposed to stand in these positions and do things the moral way. Your light is supposed to shine in a way that brings people nearer to God. That's the purpose of empowerment. That's why God gives people businesses, gives people careers, gives people talents and gifts, things that they can express in the world so that His light can be seen. But if you are distracted, you're going to lose the office and the place that you're supposed to be in. The great ambition and the passion, the potential you feel within yourself, if you don't act on it, it will fade away from you. It will all be a blur. It will all be something in the distance, the far distance of your life. So this video is just to be strict and to tell you sharply, cut out distractions. Proverbs 31 verse 4-7. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine. It's not for princes to drink intoxicating drinks, because they can drink and forget the law and pervert the justice of all the afflicted people. They can pervert justice of people that are afflicted. So give strong drink to those who are perishing, and wine to those who are bitter of heart. Let them drink and forget their poverty and remember their misery no more. Now I'm going to break that down. Some people are dealing with alcohol, others not. A drink, wine, intoxicating drink, in this scripture, I'm using it as a blueprint just to give an example of anything in your life that can intoxicate you. Social media, women, video games, porn, masturbation. This is something that's intoxicating you. It's entering you and it's reprogramming you. Intoxication. It's not letting you have a sober mind. You're there scrolling on TikTok, scrolling, and your mind is going. You can't have a certain type of attention span because you're being intoxicated. You lose social skills because you're being intoxicated. So that's what I'm talking about here. Something in your life that's intoxicating you. It says they will drink and forget the law and pervert the justice of all the afflicted. So it means you have a responsibility. There's a justice that has to be set in order. There's people that are being afflicted and you're supposed to have justice over them. If it's your parents, they can't handle a certain type of financial burden. They need help. If you're distracted, you're helping and afflicting them. You're perverting the justice that they are due. If you have employees under you and they're going through financial issues at home, marital issues at home, whatever types of issues, because of your empowerment, because of your focus, you're supposed to be heavily resourced so that you can help people out of your abundance. But if you're distracted, you're going to pervert the laws of the people that need help. Instead of helping them, you're going to tell them strategies to do things that will get you some type of gain from some type of place that will only harm them in the long way. Don't be in a position to now recommend people to go for ill-gotten gains, illegal money, do slippery things on the side, just because you lacked focus to empower others around you. You didn't spend the time putting the effort into your business in the correct way to actually financially provide for people. The last part. The last part. Give strong drink to those who are perishing, and wine to those who are bitter of heart. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Let's be real. There's some people that there's no coming back for them. Let's be real. They are too far gone, unfortunately. This scripture is saying, let those type of people drink. Let them forget their poverty and their misery. They're too far gone. They've been given away to these substances. They're gone. Let those type of people drink these intoxicating drinks, the social media, pornography, etc., etc., all those things. But you who is a prince, you're not supposed to forget. You need to know your poverty. Remember your poverty. Remember your misery. See, God can give you these things as a type of fuel in your life. Anger is a fuel. It's actually a fuel. It's just that you're not supposed to sin with your anger. So when you see certain situations have made you angry, you're not happy about how someone's being treated. You're not happy how your mother can't pay a certain family bill or a bill back home, whatever it may be. There's an anger that can rise up, and that anger is for you to attack. It's to progress, take action. But if you're distracted, you'll neglect these things. If you let your emotions overcome you, if you let laziness overcome you, you're sabotaging more than your life. Your life, as humans, we have a ripple effect. Your life isn't just for you. There's people around you that you're affecting. A school teacher affects thousands of children in their lifetime. Thousands. And they just go to work thinking, oh, I'm just doing my job. I'm just going here to teach, and I'm going to get my pay and go home. They have an impact on thousands of children that they may never ever see again. Business owners, your business isn't just to be built for the sake of you getting money and living a nice life. You're a point of help for people, whether it's teaching them how to catch fish from the lake. You're supposed to teach people how to catch fish from the lake, just as you've learnt. Or for those who are inconvenienced or disabled, or they can't be supported in that way, you're supposed to feed them with the resources you have, because you're abundant. You have more than you need, more money than you need. Sharpen up. You must stay focused. Sharpen your focus.